Well, hi there everyone, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Monster, episode 100. We've actually made it all the way up to episode 100. I can't quite believe that. I don't know if you can. But all sap aside, look at where we are. We are on top of my favourite viewing tree. It's still here exactly as it always was. And there is the castle. It's been a really long time since we were out here, and I must say, it looks pretty good. So let's go back down into the castle proper. Last time we were working on making solar panels. And that's actually going pretty well. The last time I actually looked at it, there's my little entrance to the very first base where I started. If you cannot remember all the way back to episode whenever it was, that was a long time ago. The solar panels are going well, we're up to 17, 18, something like that. But I didn't really want to do that today. I wanted to do something a little bit different for episode 100. My door is open, let's shut it because that is awesome. I've done a little bit of work on the castle off camera, let's come round this way. Around and up here to the animal pens. Picking up a jungle sapling on the way, you can see I have put a willow tree in here because, to be honest, it was just a bit of an empty area, which was a bit silly. And up here I have finished off this area. I've put all the paths in, so we can now walk all the way around this thing. I've also put glowstone illuminators everywhere. That means I can get most of the torches out. I've still got some on top of here. I've put some bits of stone in, though I forgot to do it down that side apparently. And I've taken that horrible white wall out now that there isn't any more danger of animals escaping. They all seem pretty safe now. Let's come on and carry on around the back. Because around here, up through here, we have the area that was, or that still is, the Tinker's Construct area. That's just there. But you can see I have put the path in. It just goes in between all the trees. I've decided to leave this area pretty wooded, if you like. The path sort of curves off around here and into my banquet hall, which is still looking lovely. And let's actually take the steps and not jump over everything. And the clock. That is still working absolutely fine. Coming back up here, getting back upstairs, hop over the tables, and up here, and you can see that this little tower has been finished. The roof is on it, and the inside is in. It is quite bare and quite bland, but I do have a fun little project that I'm going to be working on in here, but it might be an episode or two before we get there. And that is, the sun is high in the sky, all that I have done off camera. Let's just hop back into here, get rid of those because we have so incredibly many of them. Pop back to the ME system, which is still working perfectly now I've done that change. Let's just type in solar panels. You can see we are up to 22, so we're not doing too badly. They're all being made fully automatically, of course. But the reason I'm in here is because I want some buckets. Why do I want buckets? Well, let's go back over to my entrance. Here is my entrance. I'm going to hop up on top of the guard tower. Now this area here really hasn't changed that much since a very long time ago. If you've been watching the entire series, you know I started out in that tower with all my machines before I expanded out and built the factory. And this area here was my original wheat farm a very long time ago. This area over here was my animal pens. They stayed animal pens for a lot longer. But obviously my farms and my animals, actually I can fly up, can't I? A nice overview of the castle as it is now. My animals and farms are all the way over there now, and there, and there, and there, and you get the point. They no longer need to be here. And this is the entrance. I really ought to do something to change it. And what I was thinking of was prettifying it up a bit because I don't really need any more buildings here. I thought about maybe putting like a barracks or a guard tower in, but I quite like this side being open up a little bit. And really, this area is the guard tower. They can live in here if they need to. I should also possibly note actually that I have finished off in here as well. Isn't that nice? It's quite a nice view actually. Right, what I intend to make here is something to prettify it up, and what I want to prettify it up is a fountain, or maybe two fountains. I'm thinking a nice fountain over here. So that is going to be my aim for this episode. I'm going to build fountains. Now this could go incredibly well, or it could go incredibly badly. It's been a long time since I've made a fountain, but let's see what we can do. I'm thinking of a big one on this side, and probably a little one on this side. Yes. Yes, I think I can see how it will work. We will start off with this one, even though it's the biggest. I was thinking about doing the smaller one first. Now we have our bag of infinite holding things, from which I am going to nick stone bricks. Do I want to make this out of stone bricks? So here is a question. The other thing I could make it out of is marble. Now a marble fountain might look really, really nice. I've obviously got some marble on the floor here. And it does look pretty good, doesn't it? I might certainly want to work it in. So let's pick up some raw marble. I have almost no raw marble. That's the wrong sort of marble, isn't it? It's the geo... Why have I not found any geostrata marble from my mining machines? That's pretty weird. Yeah, that is completely wrong. Well, I don't have much marble at all then. Perhaps my mining world has the wrong sort of area for that sort of marble to spawn. Well, that's a shame. But let's have a look and see and think what we can do. So I'm thinking of a double fountain because I think that might look quite good. Obviously that's the proper centre of this, but I'm probably going to want to centre it on that. Are these centred? That is 4. That is 4, but that is one out from that side. I might make this the centre of this one. So it is time to start blocking in. How wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 wide. So that is a nice odd number. Shall I put it up? I could put it up to 4, which would make that the centre of a fountain. And probably if I dug through this, that the centre of a second fountain. So I've got like a double fountain thing going on. Yes, I think I can imagine. I am literally, by the way, if you don't know me, making this up as I go along because that is how I like to work. So that will make a really small basin. I'm thinking doing the basin in circles because circles is what I do. Right, get all of this out. And get all of this out. Okay, squircles. It will probably actually go up to here, which will mean that that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be a 10 circle. So I'm going to dig it into the floor. Yes, I am. So that will be there and there. So 1 out. Let us go like this. How will that look? I think that will look okay. Yeah? Are you with me on this? That'll be the back wall. Then I'm going to do it in from this side because I have lost my... So it comes to here, comes out to here, goes in, out and in. Obviously this will link over with that one. But that I think will work. Obviously that will go to there, so it's going to make more like an oblong shape. I've just about got enough room for the path into there, just. That's fine. And then again, in, out, and in, like that. Okay, this will be the base of my big fountain. It will go around like that, like a big circle. I could possibly just put one in dead center either side, just to make it look slightly circular. In reality, it would come in here. Yes, it would come in at that point. We'll see how it looks. Okay, so this will be the center. Now all I have to do is work out how I want the center, because obviously what I'm going to do is have that awkwardly. This is where I'm going to want to use... I'm going to need to use micro blocks on that, aren't I? Yes, but what we can do is start off by popping in the marble base, because I think that should look nice. Yeah, it's got to be a marble pedestal, if you like. So I'm going to have to try and be a bit careful with my amount of marble. So if it goes up here, goes up to there. Of course, doing this has made it a really awkward shape. It can tumble off that side, it can tumble off the front, it can tumble down the middle. I have a plan. The trick whenever you are making a fountain, I think, is just to think about how the water will run, how the water will play. You're just trying to create lots of nice water movement, basically. Right, the one thing I didn't look up to find is my saw. Iron saw? Is that the right one? Surely it's a diamond saw. That won't cut this, will it? No, it's... Oh, it will. In that case, that is the right saw. I thought you needed a diamond saw for that. Perhaps that is going all the way back to Red Power 2. Okay, plan. I'm going to chop these up a little bit. Probably I didn't need that many, but never mind. And chop them into some pillars. 8 pillars to start with. Because what I can do with the pillars is... Well, I need a block down to put them that way. I can create a little off-centered block, if you like, in the middle. Right, that is good. I am liking that. The only problem is now this base is looking a little bit blocky. We'll see how it looks. Yes, now I'm going to want to do one more of those, otherwise it will look silly. I'm not, because what I really need to do is make this base out of the stuff. Right, okay, we are going to make some more pillars. We're going to use quite a few pillars in this, I can see already. Oh, it's marble, cobblestone and cooked marble. That's what I'm doing wrong. I bet you were all screaming at the screen, weren't you? Right, let us go and grab a ton of marble cobblestone. Marble cobblestone. A genius I am not. Okay, stick it in the furnace and we will start to get some proper marble. Oops, double hit escape. Okay, so we're going to now need to make up a load more of these marble pillars. So let's just click out a load so that we can play with them. 56 is quite enough, thank you very much. Right, so we have this off-centered pillar, which is really quite awkward in all honesty, but I like it. There we go, we now have a double high off-centered pillar. I'm going to effectively build this down into the ground for the pool. Okay, does that need to be one higher? I think it does to look good. So we are now going to build this up just one higher, just like that. Now we might have to do clever things to cut that in at the top, but we will get to that in a minute. And there we go, that's the second one. Right, the water will sit on top of that. So it's going to sit up here on a pedestal like this, is it? And that will be the centre of the fountain. Okay, this will work. So we have this pedestal arrangement. There will be 4 water blocks up there. Now, how far out are these going to come? Let's start off by just seeing what this actually looks like. Okay, a couple of water buckets. Pop. And pop. So obviously that's going to flow out everywhere. That doesn't look too bad, actually. Okay. But I would sort of like to control where it's going a bit better. So what I'm thinking... Whoop. Oh, come on. Thank you. Is some of these. Now, if I put it there and there, it's going to flow like that. What I'm effectively thinking of doing is running out of blocks. Let's go get those extra 64 marble because I need them now. Hello, Ocelot. And hello, other Ocelot. Get some more marble out of the plain variety, the geostrata. And, ooh, that's not all gone through yet, but that doesn't really matter. So what I'm thinking of is making a joined platform here. Okay, so the water cascades off the middle and off the ends. I think I can achieve that using these strips, because I can just put some here and here, and what I'm effectively going to create is a waterfall in the centre on this side. I may actually need another one on top of this to avoid it looking stupid. But we've created something which looks like the entranceway to a Japanese pagoda. That's something. If we pop this up here, obviously it looks like it's falling over the top there. I really have to dig the base in, but I think that will actually look pretty good. It's not very in keeping with the rest of the style of the castle, though. Unfortunately. Right, let us start by digging out this floor so it doesn't go everywhere every single time. And because we have lots of marble, we can use lots and lots of marble in this, actually. I'll avoid digging out the layer below now, but obviously I'm going to have to come back and dig out this layer and replace it with some marble. But just to save time in the video, that's not the most interesting part of this build. because we are already getting on in this video and I'd like to at least finish this. So what we are going to do is have a base like that for this to stand on. Now also I'm thinking water coming off that way. Yeah, you see, I sort of like the way that looks. I do. Okay, let's jump on my crops a lot. Let's get a few more buckets. Have I mucked up my infinite water source somehow? How can you muck... How can you muck up a 4x4 water source? I thought that was impossible. Right, so we have one there, so I'm going to want one. I really need to put blocks in, don't I? Right, I have some dirt. Bit of dirt don't hurt. So that one is there. So if I just create a checkerboard pattern, what I should be able to do is place a block here, dig this out, and it will fill and turn into a source block. Is that not going to work? Or actually, did it work? Yes, it did, didn't it? Because that is also now a source block, that is now a source block, and that is going that way. Yeah, that is actually working. Moving source blocks. Right, let's see how this actually looks. Okay, that one's not updated, that one has, that one has, that one has. Don't know why that one didn't. Let's give it one more go. Doesn't want to update, that's fine. I might be missing a water source block somewhere, but I didn't think I was. Okay, how does that look? Yeah, you know what, that looks okay, I don't mind that. I think what I shall need to do is cut and put slabs along the front and the sides here just to raise this up really badly. Like this. So how does that look? Yeah, you know what, that's not too bad. Again, I'm not entirely sure if that is completely in keeping with the style of the castle. It would look better perhaps in a Roman amphitheatre or something. But I don't mind that. I can see one or two things I might like to change, but I will do those off camera. Let's just get these in and see how it looks. These things are incredibly awkward to place. Or I think so at least. It is definitely not that I'm in any way useless at placing them. That would be silly. You have to click obviously in that middle square to get them to place in the middle. Whichever edge you place it on, it'll go that way. Hopefully that's obvious. So there we go, we have a fountain. I hope you agree that does improve the look of this area quite a bit. That needs digging out and turning into a path. But I think the rest of it's quite alright. Yep, I like that. So thank you very much. I do hope that you enjoyed this episode, guys. And thank you very much if you have watched this series up to episode 100. Thank you, and goodbye.